Tether on the 3650. Baler on the 6.9. What does that mean? It means we're at hay. Don't be fooled by that sky. It is very, very hot today. It's about 22 degrees. It's about 10:30 in the morning. It's extremely hot. Yesterday was an absolute scorcher. We cut a lot of our hay in the middle of last week. It's now Monday. Probably could have baled some of it up yesterday, Sunday. We didn't. But Dad's away rowing up some at the minute, so I'm going to get some baling done today. I'm going to be on the round baling most of the day. He's going to build some square bales. I'm not sure if I'm going to get any footage of it. I'll see how it works out. If I can get some footage, I will. But in any case, we will get some footage of the new David Brown 1212 walking. He has it on the turner at the minute, or rowing up on the hay bob. So I'm going to get a bit of footage of that. And yeah, that'll be nice to see it in action finally. What else was I going to say? Yeah, no videos over the last couple of weeks. We had a trip that we were away on over to Silverstone, over to the British Grand Prix, so really enjoyed that. So just had no videos up. Didn't take any footage of mowing out last week. It's kind of similar to what we've always been doing anyway, and similar to all the other hay videos, so you kind of know the drill at this stage. But I will take you along today, get a bit of footage of the brown walking, and we'll see how we get on with the baling and that as well. We've almost 50 acres on the ground now, so yeah, we've been quite busy over the last number of days, turning it and tedding it, and yeah, we'll just have to see how it all goes today. Most of it, as I say, is ready. Some of it, there's the last 20 acres, only mowed it there, was it Friday or Saturday I mowed it, so it's not quite ready yet. It's going to take another couple of days. There is a slight risk of rain tomorrow, so it's only been tedded out once. We tedded it out yesterday, the last piece, and it could be tedded today. If it's going to stay dry tomorrow, I would have tedded it today and we could have rolled it up tomorrow and baled it. But with the risk of rain coming, or maybe a light shower, we're just going to let it sit. We're not going to do anything with it. We'll see. If it doesn't rain tomorrow, I'll go over and ted it out maybe tomorrow afternoon, and we can roll up the following day. If it does do a little bit of rain tomorrow, we'll stall it and I'll ted it out on Wednesday, and we can roll it up on Thursday and bale it. So not really any panic with it. The weather is still looking good. There's a very small, the way the weather forecast is, there's a very small low coming in, and low pressure coming in, and it's just that risk of rain was coming with that, but there's more highs coming after that. So the weather is showing good right up until including the weekend, so we're not going to panic too much about it. But yeah, it'd be nice to get all this hay done and dusted and out of the way before harvest starts. So anyway, let's get out of here. I'm going to scoot straight over and we'll see if we can get some footage of the David Brown 1212 in action. So I am on the round Baled. We are in field number, actually in field number 4 now, so we're going well on baling up the hay. Field number 1 and 2 I baled completely outright. Field number 3 I baled about half of the field because Dad is going to make about 500, 600 small square bales in that field, and this field here obviously I'm going to bale it outright as well. So yeah, going well. There is a third field, it's only a small field, or sorry, a fifth field. It's only a small field with 3 acres in it, and I would like to have gotten it baled this evening, but I can't because I'm going away, so I can't be in 2 places at one time. But yeah, going well. The other thing is baling the square bales now as we speak, so yeah, we're making some good progress. 12-12, you've seen a little bit of footage of it actually in action, and it is working very well. So far so good with it. This is the first time we've used it, so it's an opportunity for us now to see just how it's working, if there's any little issues with it. We'll just change the position of that bale. It's kind of pointing on to the row. I'll be getting out to roll the bale away if I don't move. But yeah, chance to see if there's any little issues with the 12-12. The only issues that we possibly might see on it is there was a little bit of oil leaking at a hub, so there's probably a seal gone somewhere around one of the hubs there. Not much. It might even, it's actually talking about maybe just putting a slightly thicker oil in the back of it, and that might stop it. It's that slight. But yeah, look, we might just do the seals and the hubs over the winter, and we'll check out, see if there's any little leaks or anything around engine or anything like that when it gets warmed up and is in a decent bit of use. But apart from that, everything else is working extremely well. The engine, it's a smashing engine in it. No issues whatsoever with it. Gearbox, hydro shift, 100% okay. It's working fantastically well. Hydraulics, another little issue. There can be issues with David Brown hydraulics, anyone that knows them. Perfect, absolutely working perfect. And yeah, it's very happy with it. Very happy with it. It's not a tractor that has done massive hours or hasn't gotten a lot of abuse, so yeah, happy with it so far. The only thing that we do, looking at the pictures and videos of it, it needs a cab. It's gonna have to get a cab. I know I've said that already, and we have already started gathering up some of the parts for the cab, but over the winter, whatever few jobs has to be done to it is going to be done to it, and it's getting a cab on it because it should have a cab. But yeah, going well here, down to the last 2 rows in this field. Lovely hay, this really nice crop, and decent sized rows too, considering they're made with a hay bob. They're decent enough sized rows. A lot of dust from the hay. We are having to put on the wiper every now and again just to clear the dust off the back window. Just gives you a bit clearer view out to what's going on. Just let me out. Yeah, you can see the build up of dust here all around the whole back of the tractor. I can see it all around on the inside of the baler there where you look in to see the net going on the bale. So yeah, I'll finish this row and we'll get out and we'll just have a quick look and see what the grills is like. I did clear the grills already twice today, and there's serious build up, so you have to keep a tight eye on those, but I'll show you that when we get to the end of the row. So not too much here, but the middle one, quite a bit on it. Look at that. So it's only about an hour and a half since I cleared it the last time. That's the 3rd time that I cleared it. When it's that dry and dusty, I need 2 hands to put that back in. I'll do it in a second. When it's that dry and dusty, you have to keep continuously checking it. Hand on the temperature gauge on the 6.9 always sits about a third of the way, just over a third of the way up, and you just keep an eye on it. It'll creep up to about halfway, and that's when you know you need to get out and do something about it. If you didn't keep an eye on it, or you had somebody who wasn't watching the temperature gauge, you'd roast her very handy. Have to keep it right, blow it out. That's when having a wee airline in the tractor would be very handy for the likes of these jobs. As a reverse fan on a tractor for the likes of that kind of stuff would be very, very useful, but unfortunately none on this one. Anyway, minor enough, but a simple thing that could save you a lot of money and time and downtime. Alright, so we're over in the final bit of hay ground that we have to do. This was the last bit that we mowed out. It was mowed out last Friday, and it wasn't turned in until Sunday. We kind of I laid it flat in the ground on Friday with the spreading veins on the mower. Turned it out Sunday, and it hasn't been touched now till today, Wednesday. So, and it's absolutely flying. It has made great progress in the last few days. I was going to turn it out yesterday, but I didn't because I was afraid that it might rain. Now, I've done a couple of drops on the window a few times yesterday during the day. Nothing we're talking about, made absolutely no difference to it. So I could have probably turned it out yesterday, and I would have turned over the main green lumps and got them dried out then, and we could have probably rolled it up today and baled it. But there's no panic on it. The weather's fairly good right up till next Monday or Tuesday, so we'll get it over the coming days anyway. And yeah, this particular field here is ready for rolling up. No green lumps, wet lumps in it at all. It's perfectly ready. A couple of the other lower lying bits, they had a couple of wee green bits in it. Again, not much, and it should be ready tomorrow, no problem. So the plan will be to just get it rode up in the morning, and we'll bale it up then tomorrow afternoon, and that will be hay 2022 finished, hopefully, if all goes to plan, unless the weather goes totally against us. But it's forecast to stay with us, so we'll see what happens. Didn't get any footage in the David Brown baling yet, but I plan to get some of that tomorrow when we're doing the last bit of baling. We have a few hundred square bales still to make, so plan is get a little bit of footage of that, and yeah, that will be on the next video. Yeah, so that's really it for the hay part of the video. When I get back to the yard, I'm going to show you a fantastic item that was sent out to me a couple of months ago. I should have made a video of this back a few months ago, but I just didn't get around to it, one thing or another, and it's going to happen today. So when I get back there, I'll show you this fantastic item that was sent out, and it is serious useful bit of kit. So I mentioned that I got sent something out a number of months back ago that interested me. Look, I'm contacted about once a week. Somebody emails me or contacts me online about taking something or wanting to advertise things on the channel, and 99% of the time I actually turn it down because I just haven't time for it. But when this company contacted me, I was interested in it straight off, and I took it. Now, I should have had the video made a couple of months ago, but just didn't get around to it. But here it is. What the company that contacted me is a company called Ecoflow, and what they've sent me out is this is the Ecoflow Delta Max. It's basically a powerful battery box which converts to electricity. And initially, the thing that I thought would be most useful or beneficial for me was that I could charge my devices. So if I was out doing a bit of filming for YouTube, be handy, you could have this here on the go with me. I can charge up the drone, I can charge up batteries for my GoPros, and all that kind of stuff. So I thought, absolutely fantastic. You know, if you're doing a bit of editing, even out of your laptop with you, plug it in, it'll do all that kind of stuff, and I thought it would be ideal for that. But looking up a little bit about it then, after it actually arrived, I realised that it was even a little bit more powerful than that. These are an impressive bit of kit. We'll turn it on and we'll go through some of the things with it first. Switch her on first. There is a display here on it. Alright, so I've just changed over from the GoPro because this here might be just a little bit clearer. So, a few things on the display. This is your battery percentage, so 100% battery percentage, hours of usage. So if you plug something into it, depending on what amps or power is being used, it will then tell you how many hours left of that particular thing that you've plugged in or that you're using. So we'll check that out in a second. So input and output wattages here. Down the bottom, lots of USBs, fast chargers. Yeah, there's USB-Cs then for connecting in here as well. Again, all fast charging stuff. And then we go around the back. You can see then we've got connections here for you plug in your mains connection here for when you want to charge it. There's a fast and a slow charge. I've charged it a couple of times now, and it's always been on the slow charge. This here is a breaker if you plug something in that is too powerful and it trips it. And then you have 4 sockets, and then there's also down the bottom here there's a 3 amp a 12 amp cigarette lighter down the bottom here as well. And yeah, simple enough. All these sockets and stuff are all, you can all turn them on and off individually, so you can click that there and that brings the power onto your sockets here. And yeah, very, very simple. So alright, so what I do now is I have a little 4-inch grinder, so I just want to simulate if you were using the grinder, the kind of usage that you have on it. So pop the 4-inch grinder in the back of it, switch it on, and you can see there now it's running at around 370, just idle running, you know, on the no pressure. So I put a bit of pressure on the grinder now just to get it that the grinder is actually working hard, and you can see the usage then goes right up on it. Medium work is doing around 450, where I really dial it down, it goes up to about 560 or something like that, 580. And when it goes up to the 580, you can see it goes down to the 3 hours run time. So you're going to get a lot of grinding done. You know, it's not something that's only going to last a couple of minutes. There's a good run time on it. So what have we used it at so far? Well, I've had it down. We had a gate that the animals pushed against, popped off a couple of the bars off the flat plate. It's an old enough gate, but it's still a strong gate and better than a lot of the galvanised gates that you'd buy today. So what we wanted to do was we want to pop a couple of holes through the galvanised bars, bolt it back onto the plate, and that's what we used it for. So we had the angle grinder down, we had to cut off a couple of the sharp edges and trim it back. We had to put the holes through it and just put a few bolts into it, and it worked absolutely immensely well at it. It saved us having to take down any generators, take the gate off, having to take the gate home even to work with it at home in the shed, and it saved all that kind of time. So was really, really impressed with that, and that's one of the things that we've used it at so far. Is it going to replace a generator altogether? If you're going to wait to do a whole day's work with it and wanted to use it for 8 hours solid, no it won't. But for those little jobs that you want to go and hang something, you want to hang a gate, you want to repair a gate, you want to do something away from the yard that you have no power, that you'll have power tools, maybe turning them on and off for short periods here and there, or drilling a hole, stopping, and you maybe doing something, or maybe going to do a bit of grinding then, and it'll work at 100%, and I've been super impressed with it. There is other options with it too. There is, I don't have it now, but there is like a solar panel that you can put onto it and it'll recharge itself, so that would be very useful. And it's got other benefits as well. For me, as I say, I can charge my YouTube equipment on the go, so that's a benefit for me. But even last week there was no power in the house, and we pulled it out and connected it up to, we were charging phones, and I actually plugged the television into it, and it ran the television on it, so it did, and the skybox. So that was another plus with it. The other thing is too, if you're into camping, I'm not really into camping, but one of the things, if you're into camping or that kind of stuff, if you had the solar panel kit, you could use it then for that as well. You know, you can have it there and have power over the night, and then during the day it charges itself back up while you're camping, and you'll always have power then whilst away. So yeah, there's lots of different benefits to it. This unit itself was sent out to me by Ecoflow, and it come through a company called Off Your Grid. They're based in County Kildare, so they are the Irish agent for these machines. I have a link in the description below, so if you go in through that, it'll take you to the Off Your Grid website, onto the page actually where this machine is featured, and that'll have all the details of the machine, the cost of it, and all that kind of stuff is on there. And if you have any more questions on it, you can ask them there at Off Your Grid. They'll only be too happy to help you out. So yeah, that is it. yeah, it's great technology. It's something that I always thought that would eventually come online, or that you'd be able to purchase. I didn't think it was actually here yet, so well done to Ecoflow on that, because it's a fantastic bit of kit and very well made. Yeah, so thank you for that, and it's been great using it, and I hope to have plenty more uses of it in the future. If I have it out doing any other jobs, I'll include it in the videos, and you'll see it in action in the future as well. So that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. The next video I'll have up will be of the 1212 in action on the square baler as we're finishing off the hay. I hope to have that up in a few days time when we get it all finished up, and yeah, until then, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, don't forget to hit the sub button, leave a like in the video, comment down below if you have any questions, and yeah, that's it. See you at the weekend. Take care.